Alright guys, welcome back into this game. We have these people here to talk to. Let's go ahead and do it.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Oh, I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to angry old Rene first.
You mean this guy right here?
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape?
Rene, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I am trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old, I can see that. We're both old. Now, stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first, ask question later. Alright, got this ball time. That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime. Acting without hesitation. Grab the ball and show them how it's done. +2 acting without hesitation. Hand-eye coordination. Success. You're immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you make it work. God. This is right. You feel the familiar tremble, excitement, adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen. Take in the surroundings. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind. Everything fades until the only thing left is a unit of man and ball. Feel the ball. The commander ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsor ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready. It's time for a last glance inward. Who am I? An embodiment of pull motion, a fine-tune, running at maximum efficiency. The inertia can be contained. No more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. Ooh. How so shit? It wasn't how so shit. The shot was at least 23 meters. Probably 24 and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about. What the hell's your problem? Problem? I don't understand. You vandalized our game, son. He tries to calm himself. We can't play Penthicky with 5 bullets. Sorry, an honest mistake. Are we good? No, we're not good, goddammit, Vin. Voice vouching, alarming. We want our ball back. Take it easy, Rene. This is just a misunderstanding, incident, officer. No harm done. Of course, there's harm done. You orange slug. You owe us a goddamn ball. Alright, I tried to fix this. Accept the task. Replace the lost ball. Good. Mistakes are forgiven one man. Let's try to right their wrongs. I believe you'll try. Now, why did you approach us? Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder. You never know, he might know something. This is a good vantage point. Do you know anything about the man hanging in the backyard of whirling in rags? Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement, but this affair has passed me by completely. And most of the locals. The units of the law, so can you really blame them? But you don't have a problem with cops? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. He doesn't know about the crime. Your time's better spent discussing politics. What about the policewomen? I am confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. And there are no duties as anyone couldn't carry out. But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain more challenging tasks, don't you, officers? Yes, I guess that's true. No reason to feel bad about that. It's just a way of the animal kingdom. You seem to be playing in a crater. Yes, the terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. Does it have anything to do with all the bullet holes I've been seeing around? Yes, it was left by heavy artillery fire. Okay, it's a crater left by the artillery fire, but why? Why what? Why was the heavy artillery used? Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Wait, who are the communists again? Communists, socialists, anarchists, call them whatever you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality. Did you use artillery fire against them? Sadly, no, it was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought violently, too violently. So violently we got leg squeezing. When his fists, should have fought dirty like they did with the suicide called propaganda and met anarchists when strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked calibre. God bless him, but the Syrian cannon simply weren't big enough. It was probably a bit more complicated than that. Why shout them here in this place? Because this place is a damn beachhead. Has had to soften the commies up first, the beachhead. Yes, the military coordinate amphibious landing to take back River Shoal. It was used as one of the 3 footholds in River Shoal during Operation Dead Blow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris in the Delta. He points to northeast. Dead blown sound scream. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boats first made landfall and cleaned those rabbit arcs out. Most likely, we're playing Petant on their mangled corpse. Blood Ground. We got old Rene going there, like he isn't angry enough already. Hold on, the coalition. Don't get me wrong, officer, I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemies and all that, they're the lesser evil. Is that why everything is so bombed out? Damn right, son. There's a strange gleam in his eyes. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but they keep us as a monument. But the thing they keep as a monument. A dark shadow runs across his face. Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revershaw. Whoever you want to blame never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, it still holds influence. You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstance surrounding the... What do you think? Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one. I'm sorry, it had to be them. He looks down his boot after 8 years of fighting those hyenas, pulling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains. I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guilherme returned to Revershaw, or even if that damn clown, Frisor, had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just holy and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon-sized with toothpaste and ads everywhere, foreign influence peddling garbage, and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the communists wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the rule of suzerain with. Who was this Frisor? Damn Frisor, he was a king who couldn't protect the carabiners, feel him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the high polite in a very public execution. He slouched as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting They left the king to the mob. You mentioned Guillerme. You're choking in both blood and mind. Need Revachol before Frizzle. It would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile. Some man of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillerme abandoned him and he doesn't want to admit it. What exactly is a suzerain? The suzerain is a king. Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When it took our last stand against the field and rode the cowboy straight into the gunfire. Challenging. An extremely inadvisable strategy against automatic weapons. Be sure not to make the same mistakes. I saw the statue of Felipe III near the roundabout. Ah yes, King Felipe on his steed, a reminder of what Revachol once was. Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold. Cocaine sounds like our kind of king, and just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had. A superpower of fear and respect, a testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king, someone who knows how to rule. How should a true king rule? Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself. A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such a menace to try to. Don't get started on that again. What happened? Happened. What was about cocaine? Oh, Felipe was a big fan of purpose-nosed candy. The nobility loved so much the cocaine connoisseurs of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary. You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility waging on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippine kings use cocaine for clarity of visions to aid in their work. I'm satisfied with this explanation. Of course, clarity of visions. He was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made administer a dose to his mother when she was in labor. And it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the peers, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms. He's just making excuse for the king's habits, isn't he? No. He really believes that what he's saying, he has completely accepted the narrative of transcendence through cocaine use. Seems like... Okay. Police officer, don't encourage him. Do spare the cocaine fairy tales and ask him is it interested in them. Yes, indeed. Let's talk about something else. Composure. What is it about this soldier that makes him stand so proud? As Rene turns from you to his partner and back the medals in his chest radically, he keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lift, displaying them proudly. How many medals are there? 2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun. Look at the cross. A crowned head in front of 2 cross rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It is the Cross de Bravura, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed force, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty in service of King Frizzle I. Look at the sun. A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Alliance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution. Did you get them for bravery? He interjects. That's what was I going to say, bravery. I'm sure, but I know this uniform reputation. You were also wondering if I got these for raping women or killing babies. So, did you? Honest everything to me, he says with grim finality. Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear up if you let him wander off the memory lane. So what did you get the medals for? For doing my duty in the heat of battle, for looking my mortality in the eye, and one man like Gaston High, he hid in the bush and shot themselves. He saved some muddy princeling who forced his straw into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold. Save a princeling. It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Morale was hectic and most of the current and were getting really ambitious. King Friso thought that he could end it all in one decisive strike, sent his cause in Dresden to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Dresden was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatoo feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated. Shown from 5 clicks away, can you imagine the obscenity? You can. This is very asinine. I don't even know how to pronounce the goddamn word. He really despised that guy. Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo. To keep the long and bloody story short, he marched us against the partisan in Kuron. And when I say march, I mean he made us walk into capture enemy territory single file like toy soldiers while he rode in front of his giant red stallion. The rebel was smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage. Must have been a bloodbath. I got shot in the left shoulder and went down, just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and the smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee. He passed his right thigh. Okay, then what did you do? I grabbed my sidearms and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black. Ooh. The bane of horse. When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and the Joyce Dresden gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The thing had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood, but despite his missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one. I would give up, can't imagine living without my jaw. He didn't. A shadow of respect crossed his face. I hoisted a prick on my back and started crawling. Kept going on till the 59th Cavalry picked us up. For some miracle, we both survived, and the Joyce convinced Friso to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood, piss, and shit. He was a commanding officer, and I was on duty, just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning. He sent his downplane. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his below breast, and untarnished self-worth. Why do you despise him so much? Because he was a goddamn dandy. Had no business leading men or even being on the battlefield. All he was related, that's it. Royal blood alone doesn't make army commanders. He was a stupid kid only interested in horse, hairstyles, and man-loving. And 782 royal carabiners are dead because of his incompetence. Whoa, man-loving. Is that even a word? It's not. Sounds like you're being modest, Renee. The carabiner stands quite like a statue. His features motionless. It's not telling you is that crawl over 7 kilometers before the cavalryman found him. Holy shit. 2 days later, that was. And that even was crawling with a mango, half-dead prince on his back and still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way. Is that pride in his voice? It is deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself is there. Quite impressive is man like Rene who made Ravager great once. Maybe, but also bear in mind, they don't hand these out for anyone at the service record. Oh no, you have to get shot repeatedly, and you need to get your hands bloody too, and really, really bloody. Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltron. Duty is something you'll never understand, thanks for this story. Bah, there was many such story in those days. Many such men too, true Revacholians, men with backbone. Oh yes, men were bigger, girls were pretty, and everyone was a fast lord. Please bring those baby back if you can. I'm not getting into this with you again, officer. Was there anything else? Thank you for your time. It's clear you like the hot stuff, brother. What is my little intestine going on about? The term is metabolic and circulatory system. Okay, but what's the hot stuff? Fascism, brother. What is fascism, though? Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of reversal problems? Liberals? Yes, them, but also women? Men, whoa, man. Oh, you don't like them, they're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Whoa, man, need to go back to the fucking kitchen. Oh, I don't even know. That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that women need to know their place. Am I having some kind of stomach seizure? Stomach food? You're having a stomach food? Why am I getting this? Because you have said the hard things that others won't say. The good things, you have said them many times. Fascism sounds so bad though. What if we call it something like traditionalism? Okay, let's call it that. Good thinking. That sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that? Okay, so much. I have made up my mind. You're going to keep your fast, right? Keep your fast, brother. Up in. No. Up out. There's still a painful cry somewhere in your intestine knocking on alcohol. Engulfed liver. It is one of betrayal and disappointment. Goddamn ticker. I think we need to go inside the bookstore. We might be able to buy something. Alright, here we are inside this place. Let me take a look around. What do we have here? The display. Wow, more of them. Look through the display of books. Good God, how many are there? Is that all? What the? Not even close. Do any of the books call out to me? Nah, leave. Look through the pipe. Related items. Yeah, I'm just going to read them. I don't think we have anything interesting here. Books in a board game session. Who wants to read books? That's probably steep, but and it's a third edition with a setting supplement, so it makes sense. What board games do you have here? Wonderful board game, sir. A very educational game for those interested in geography. Don't be so hard on yourselves. You just need to clean up a bit and take me friends a bit like family. Ooh. For playing with friends, I recommend say Rain Tea. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization that set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilization. It will cost 12. So what about these things? Let's see. Auras there. No role-playing game are popular among those types. You know who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them though. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I just want to take a look around. Sharp crime novels. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. Stop. Keep what is all this crime fiction? Our crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Muller and his stories to sort all that out. You are a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of this. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective. No, reading about Dick Muller would not actually make you a better detective. Look through the display of books. Blah blah blah. Officers, just that and tell the truth or now. Sure thing. Are there any more? Holy shit. Who is Dick Mullen? Quick, I noticed a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of the book. The title reads Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity. What do we have here? Mistaken identity. His friend for the murder of his best friend. And has just a few days to prove his innocent. Why did this speak to me? Could it be the motives of unstable identity and shocking betrayals? Then this is a book for you. Guess we'll have to return here later. Great, it's innocent. What is innocent? Okay, you love this. I could listen to education. The book's also very daring, blah blah blah. Go through the display of books. I'll buy those books later, when I am required to buy them. Right now, I don't want to waste my money on. High-speed love, the tragic true love story of Jacob, blah blah blah. What the hell? Paranormal books. That wisdom is not for free. I can have you end up like opening a clothes store next door and stealing my customer or no. Okay, this one over here is the final one. Map wall. Never shown the map. Okay. I'm not going to pretend that I understand any of those. Like, there are so many locations just popping up out of those things. It's too many details. We'll get to know them when we get there. That's all I want to say. Storekeep can buy these maps. I'm sorry, officer, the map is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore, and besides you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look at the map. It's 90 cents though. Why is that so cheap? I don't think it went out. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was not came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the whole statue, set up those coin-operate viewers, and designed the new street lamps. The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it? What happened then? They didn't get far. For some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed all these ruins. Okay, I want to buy that map. Let's get out of here. The game has been autosave after we managed to purchase the map. I don't want to steal it. What about this? What's in here?
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains? Nothing. Now, please go back to browsing books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about. Trying to put a spell, urging you to buy more books. Oh, they never more to try to draw you forward within the curtains, the more alluring they become. Examine the strange cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron. Assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye socket stares at you. From the look at it, this is a traditional Semenis word meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, cursed, and other supernatural scourge. And who are those? Inhabitants of Eye Phantome. Oh my god. Let's leave for now. There's some secret in it. Behind the curtains. I don't know for sure. But let's just keep on moving. What do we have over here? Whoa, what do we have here? A bridge? A bridge with loose nails and rot infested wood that cracks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one. Okay, it looks like we got a construction code violation. True, they never clean up the wood damage, but little they think about the splinters. The bridge is fine enough. Look, use it all the time after all. It's nothing to worry about, shall we? Let's keep on moving. Hey, what's going on in here? This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. Line conveying nothing. Why am I looking at this wall? Because this is no ordinary wall, it's sublime. Look at it, the shadows, the colors. Let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils and blossom into the thoughts of the brain. All the other walls on the other house must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of warcraft. Color peel from the very face of God. Oh, well, father. I must paint this wood. Add even more beauty to it. Huh? You sound tired of it all. First, I know you're tired, King, but take another look at this world. Draw nourishment from its beauty. Sure. I'm sure we'll find the materials, and I'll come back for it. Add even more beauty to the world. I suppose we'll have to pass by it again at some point anyway. I'm not so sure what exactly is going on, but seems like something important is going on. Take over.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Apparently she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Logic error, she's not sleeping right now.
Pigs come to take me out? Trying to snuff me out?
No, why would you even say that? And why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig. Not a good idea at all. Yeah, couldn't fuck him up. What is going on here? A garden hose. This won't be used until the snow melts. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Another splattering of bullet holes on this wall. What's this? Orange bomb hat. Plus Russian speed. Just a closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Now we need something for our neck. And then the glass as well. It's not like I can figure things out easily. Let's keep on moving. Can we even get inside this place? There seems to be... There must be another way into the building. There seems to be people here. I don't know how am I supposed to get in. Campsite apartments. There's a girl up there. Does she spill the paint? Inside the frame of motorcycle and repair the tools used to disassemble it. Yeah, you better keep walking. Can you talk to her?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue d'Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth? Blood type? The last time I was tested for Hep C?
Let's start with your blood type and go from there.
Go where? Accosting a minor?
Listen to your partner, pigman. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
A Russian artist. The rest splatter is urban expressionisms. That is a fresh paint smell coming from the wall. She's using heavy fuel oil. Red dye heavy fuel oil is all used in government vehicles. Or at least that's the idea. You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at? She's not disdainful toward the woman performing maintenance on the road. Dock near to the pier. Next to the pier. Nature discuss. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more impressive than her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring. Joyce, Messier. That Ozone or someone's gotta keep an eye on. An archipelago 2 days travel away from River Shore. Ismani residents use the posh restaurant and upscale boutiques. Rarely have reason to visit. Mighty nice. Who is she? Probably the wine pints rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask an unexpected question, do you think? Don't be afraid to get a bit quite wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet. Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to the zone. What are you doing to the wall? Can't you tell I'm painting a beautiful mirror? An aerographic visual from low orbit. I haven't really started yet. I'm waiting for the right words. So you don't know what to write. Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti when faced with a blank wall? Most people will write unimaginable stuff like pigs go home and Mona's was here. We rarely see pigs around here though. Just unit cats, and my name's not Mona, so why you so committed to defacing the buildings? Yeah, this place is severely lacking in favor. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought if I mix it up, summon the force of crime, social chaos with a one-size invitation. I have an opinion on this one here. Yeah. Well, public art don't mind. Keep doing what you're doing. I think so sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval. She means the opposite. Do you know anything about the recent murder? I know snitch, pig stain, go forth and forge, and someone else shit. No shortage of schools in these parts. I'm sure there's a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner. We won't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Is that government fuel oil? What do you think I was using? Aquarellus? Suck it out, cops will tank myself back in chamber. That's some clever cultural commentary. You ain't seen nothing yet, piggy boo. I need some paint and your brush too. What for? I'm doing the renovation exploring but necessary. For art is for art, okay? Well, it's for art. What kind of art are we talking about? Grand art de los RCS, most groundbreaking. Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? You know. Fuck off. You'll see a tremble. You're not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You're like you suck. Impossible success. You don't have the skills to execute something like this in practice, but that is going to blow her fucking mind. I'm going to create a highly detailed skeleton of an ancient bird that went extinct 100 million years ago. And then I'm going to paint it red using heavy fuel oil, and then I'm going to fucking light it on fire. On fire. Is the phoenix get it? What do you say? I said sort of. You don't have the technical skills to do that. What's your problem? I like your idea. Should have thought of it myself. I don't need this kind of competition in my neighborhood. Damn, it was too strong. But Cindy, art is bigger than either of us. Then get your brush from fucking art. Oops, my apologies. I guess I was trying too hard. You're a police officer and a grown-up. Why are you trying to impress? It may be a different approach. Catch you later. Watch your back, ungulate. We've got eyes on you. Signal blue navel, +1 suggestions. Half light. Okay, maybe we should change his clothes, a little bit. Not bad at all. Yeah, you better keep walking.
On the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Hold on, who am I speaking to?
It don't matter who I am. Now, go on, get out of here.
Room swing across the concrete floor. This is the police. Open the door.
Police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Kim, tell her we're the real policeman.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
We'll have to find a way to get to this place then. She's not going to listen. Good afternoon,
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Joyce L. What does L stand for?
Leighton, my maiden name.
Okay, I said, what's that? I'm a little foggy here.
I meant you. The Revachol Citizens Militia. The police.
Why give us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
She meant it and just shook her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Why still, there's strength there. If she wants, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's trace of irony in his voice. Mischief even. This is a tactic. It happens quicker than a shooting star, but did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Tell me about White Pines. What did you do? What did you do? I'm afraid I don't speak for White Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking. There was a touch of discomfort she wants to merely represent. So what did they do? The Pines core competency is logistics, container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there blinking? Those are the shipping side things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms. Companies are outright monopolized by the king himself centuries ago. The king's long gone, but several of the Indo tribes remain. Who are the other Indo tribes? It seems. Built more than 20 billion in revenue. Holy fuck. It started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samara and Solin and Isolus. When Pines ships explored the South Seminis and chartered to Lo Manthang on behalf of the suzerain. Man, there's just so many words in here. It will make you feel like you're creating a goddamn, I don't know, alien language or something. Let's second everything from its employees to build. I mean, aside from being the terminal liquids owners, who are the responsible for only 8% of the world's cargo? %8 of all cargo in the world. That's quite the individual indeed. Thought again, the 15 in the tribe. You're on a boat? Yes, I am. Archipelago. I mean, no skill point. Okay. She gives you a crooked smile. Has been actually that motor carriage has been special issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distance in the greater Rivershore Industrial Hub. It's not a toy. Neither is this a toy mean. It's a machine for crossing long distance in the Rivershore between the city and the islands. You need to make this lady admit she's all right around this boat because she's rich. Yes, I do. Before you do, it would be pertinent to ask other questions. Gather more info on the boat. Does she have a name? It's called because that's the type of sloop. But what kind of boat is it? It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be a rate for Category 1 racing. Notice that I mainly use it for business. How do you like it? Nice look. I like it a lot. It's the ill hips, baby. Do you have a license for this boat? Officer, I'm sure. I'll show you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator. The crowns of her teeth are porcelain white as a burst out as she smiles. A nonchalant might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly fox. You're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this. Let's talk about the economics of this boat you're on. Oh my, the E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption that I'm a member of the ruling class? Preciso mundo, passportame. Yes, exactly. Of all socials, we're back quick. No synapse flashed. Plus one know about the revolution is the Eels Hills. Your hips point again. Okay. What can you tell me about this strike? Everything, right up to, but not including trade secrets. What's the right to say? It's quite the octopus. Octopus stratus Rivershore. The Emergency Act is the cornerstone of post-war Rivershore, inseparable from the world it created. How do I repeal it then? Why, by throwing off half a center of foreign domination under the coalition. Unfortunately for you, the coalition also leaves you the right to police West Rivershore. You're shooting yourself in the foot, in other words. And how are the talks going? They're not. That's the problem. The unit stopped all the negotiations a week ago after awful lynching took place. We should just admit that the lynching and the strike are connected. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. Or is it Behemoth blocking the gate? Tell us about this Behemoth. Employ a giant cover in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big organization now, so the strike's connected to the lynching. Yes, I believe there's a connection, but that's a subject for later. How were the tasks going before the lynching? I say I was not making the kind of progress I had hoped for when I first arrived. And when did you first arrive? I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bed was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site like the ERCM. But the strike began in December. I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Coleman hit a war with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Garmin, despite connection he granted the union in prior negotiations. This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike. Heavens no! There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time they demand some more, I guess you could say, aggressive. Ludicrous even is meant. What happened to this Garmin? Mr. Clare turned to, how did he put it? She paused to compose herself. Fuck off, midget. Garmin is short of stature, you see. Not cool. Keep in mind this is a negotiator Mr. Clare's worked with before, and who was more than fair with him in the union. What are the demands? There are leaflets everywhere and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker a member of the board. Most of the workers probably don't know what that means. Over-aggressive commie posturing. In its defense, another said demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker a member of the board. What does that even mean? It's quite simple. You see, every time the White Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything really, it needs a signature of each of the old workers in terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by White Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they're also kings of the 72,000 employees of White Pines Group. An opening gambit showing. Sounds like an opening gambit. So I hope, but this type of opening is usually followed by the more reasonable offer. I have yet to hear one. Just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the walling in rest, a disastrous situation if there ever was one. Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching? I first heard it from the boy at the gates, the one whose very name and advertised his aversion to what I think he said. It was Komi Manana. This checks out. No, wait. The chief negotiator heard it from a man at the gates. Surely the White Pines Group has more effective channels of information. After all, a lot of them on strike. This is a big deal for them. The scabs at the gate, did you put them there? The scabs, you mean the Haruki Mass of Shamrock come to Plaid for work where the union refused to? Don't let her answer it herself. You put them here, right? If this strike because were organized by White Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you, not yet at least. Okay, tell me about this union boss, Mr. Clare. Everett Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, is that he always puts the interests of the workers first. She's being sarcastic, don't take her performance literally. That's not what you really think, right? Of course not. Everett is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. If you were to prick him with something sharp, you would see it oozing out. Knife maybe. No, rapier. You sound like you're about to take a rapier to him. Oh, heaven knows, we'll get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black trickle just dripping down his double chin. She stops and smiles. This is that bad. He's the most corrupt individual I have ever seen. And I deal with men like him for a living. If there's anyone more in Vietnam, more irreverent nepotistic than his twin brother, Edgar. Wait, there are 2 of them. Yes. Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everett does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see. What a funny little sweet kid. Why in office they have embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. What about the union itself outside the brothers Clare? The union was once a perfectly normal institution, 20 years ago anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into, how do you say, a mob. They were just a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we're forced to cooperate with them. Refreshingly honest officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past. But I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened everyone and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the bros union is a giant leech sucking the life out of River Shore? Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, while parts have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades, however much you feed the leech always hungers. One more thing, you said something happened in the elections. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared. Disappear? Yes, on the last day of the local chapter election, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore or coming to work ever. End of story. This forewoman, her name. Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. Holy, I don't even know if it's a given name, and I don't have access to the unit files. Eerie. Downright haunting if you ask me. Then why one suspect foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is this kinds of thing happen around the players. Watch out when you're dealing with him. Let's change the topic. What can you tell me about this lynching? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. Secret task complete. Interview the why. Wait. I didn't even know about this task before. Information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets for the sake of my employer. I have to ask for your name and badge numbers. Of course, ma'am. I am Little Kisura from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine was a surprise. How curious. Why is that, detective? Stolen by some artists, you say. Best to paint the blame on them. Everyone knows you can't trust artists. I see. So are you saying you lost during this course of this episode? Oh dear. Some kind of had encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by affecting such a condition. As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional. He's an officer of the RCM. Joyce informed the lynching. Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge. This is a one-time try only. She's a professional negotiator. She should be able to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. Suggestions, mediums. My suggestion is 2. This will not work, not at all. Plus 1 sympathy for your amnesia. It cannot be retried. How do I negotiate my way out of this? Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials. I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible. You are in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain like what? Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martin. Nice. The unit controls the terminal, so it goes to reason. They are profiting from this trade. The company has tried looking into the matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resource might turn up right stone. Or you can recover your badge, though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause. Detective, a word in private before we continue. Excuse us for a moment. Who? Me? Yes, you. What on the street is your right to start building communism again? Again? Yes, you have. You're ready to start building communism again. You have built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet, but neither has love. Should we just stop building love too? Love has worked out really well for me. I kinda agree with that. So, what about all that communism you have promised to build? What on streets you have woken up from a 1,000-year slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than the attempt before. Is that true? How come there's word on the street? You keep saying things like down with the bookers, if the rich sodomize the landowners, blah blah blah, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket. Literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs, that kind of stuff. Alright. I have said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those. Oh yes, massive ambivalence. Don't deny it, you're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eye lamp of global communism that will divide, masticate mankind. Everyone can see that, so tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it? Wait, what's this communism even about? Filler, it's about filler. Filler? Yes, abject filler, total irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, cuff storm and pissed on until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of workers on the world. Of the world. You're alone against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class, towering city blocks of bank men who have the ears of prime minister, million-head armies of nations, and the love of your own mother. Okay, blah blah blah. You're the last communist. Now get to work, comrade. I'm too tired. I don't have it in me. Communism. Could be. Should I do it? Maybe. Oh, you get the firing squad and the animals. One consider. Wait, what firing squad? You didn't say anything about the oops. Too late to back out. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few million eggs. Christina, finish the tart. No, I need to talk to him.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it would go? Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unauthorized technique to keep her off balance. And you know, not volunteer us to be her henchman. Oh, so we're henchmen now. This one is running circles around. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along. Or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we're placed straight into her hands. Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you. The company must have more ears on this ground. She could have known about my condition. I wouldn't go that far. Her Russian did come up as sincere to me. I think she's just quick to adapt. She's a professional after all. What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking? No, if there's a reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're siding with the union, or that we're on the take. We would never hear the end of it. What I propose is we ask her, then we investigate briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching. Let's just get back to her then.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You seem smart. I really need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality within. Yes, reality is your psychics. An experimental psychics. Don't be face man. You only need a lowdown on all of reality. I have whoever I can. Where are we?